This is Chance, King Chance with the Real Deal Podcast, and I got my main man, Main 007 right here. How's it going, my guy?
All good, all good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What? I see you over there. What you got eating over there, man, on this good play-in Tuesday? Is that the 4 for 4?
Six for now.
Oh, oh, you got to keep it fishy. You know what I'm saying? Like fish, got them amino acids in there. It's brain food. You hear me? Probably why you making them good picks, huh?
All right.
All right. Let's get started. We don't have a whole lot of time today because we're trying to get this out before the game start. And we only got 2 games today in the play-in, so it's going to be pretty quick. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to start off with the Miami Heat versus the Charlotte Hornets. Okay. Anybody in this slate right here that stands out to you? Overs, unders, or anything like that?
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you what I got on mine though. I'm gonna see what I got here. I got one standout. I'm gonna pull myself up right quick. Get back on this. What my standout here. So I sure had an under for you. Where's my under?
Why you talking about that? Why you looking it up? Let me talk a little bit about the slate. All right, we got the Charlotte Hornets. You know what I mean? The Charlotte Hornets, like, they're young, they're exciting. They're one of the most exciting teams to look at in the league right now. Everybody loving them. You got LaMelo Ball. He's taking 3-pointers after 3-pointers. He's jacking them up. Then you got a young base. You know what I mean? But they're going against a more experienced team in the Miami Heat that are they got a more experienced coach. They just got a more experienced culture, man. So like when it comes down to that, it's kind of hard to really choose who you're gonna pick on the spread side or on the money line side. But I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm gonna keep it honest with you about who I picked. I went ahead and picked the Heat. I went with the experience, man. You know what I mean? Because I like the Charlotte Hornets, but I'm thinking like with the rookies and the inexperience, and they're going against a coach who's already proven, who didn't already won a championship. If anything, I took Miami with the points. You know what I mean? I did take them with the points. I didn't take them straight up money line. You know what I mean? Is there anything you want to say about that, like on the spread and the money line?
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, on the spread, I ain't too good on the spread. So I'm gonna skip that. I'm gonna leave that to you. But on the money line, it could be anybody game.
It could be anybody game. I feel you on that. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, the Miami Heat like to play a more up-base tempo. Like, they like to run and gun. You know what I mean? And the Charlotte Hornets, like, they used to be a run and gun team, but not more this season. They just slowed it down and started playing more defense and being more calculated with it. So we dealing with an over and under that I don't want to deal with, man. I don't want to deal with that type of stuff, man. So I'm falling back on the over and under. But I'm sticking with the points for the Heat on everything. Now, all right, when it goes to the player props, is anybody that stands out to you?
Well, I'm gonna go with Melo on that one. Ball. Player props. I'm gonna put them on the over on the 2 points for the 22 points. You know what I'm saying? I think he could do it.
On the 22 points?
Oh, yeah.
That's the only one that really stand out to you is LaMelo Ball for the 22?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I got one of them I got for under because, Bam, I put him on the under on the point, because his performance, he'll do his thing, but he normally don't score over 20 points.
All right. When it comes to like Bam, all right, let me speak a little bit on what I got going. All right, Bam, who's going to be guarding him? That's going to be, what's his name? That's going to be, I don't want to mispronounce his name, so I'm trying to read it while I say it. You know what I mean? But, you know what I'm talking about? Diabate. His name is Diabate. That's who's going to be guarding Bam. You know what I mean? So, like, Diabate, he plays good defense, but he doesn't really play good defense on Bam, bro. You know what I'm saying? But Bam is going to allow him to get all the rebounds he wants. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of lean towards more Diabate's rebounds and not necessarily his points. You get what I'm trying to say? So I took him for his rebounds, and I took him, like, I think his line was 10.5. I took him for 9.5 instead. And when it
Okay.
came to Bam, we had another follower who saw the free picks of the day, and they was like, if anything, you know what I'm saying, instead of taking Bam for 20 points, take him for like 17.5 or 15. And that's what I did. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I always, if you can ask Maine, bro. Like I always try to take them down as low as I can, don't it, bro? Without hurting their ticket, without hurting their bottom line. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I took him down to 17.5 because I feel like Diabate won't really hurt him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not really playing buku defense, and then that's just like Charlotte. Charlotte plays better perimeter defense. You get what I'm saying? When it comes down to the hole, they don't really go at the centers, and the power forwards is good. You know what I'm saying? So like that's the reason why I did Bam like that. And with LaMelo Ball, I went straight PRA with him, but I took him down lower. You know what I mean? Because his assists is high, his points is kind of high. He gonna jack him up. You know what I mean? But this is his first playoff appearance. You know what I mean? And then you got the rebounds. He liable to get some rebounds. You know what I mean? So I took him for PRA, but I took him lower than what the projected line was supposed to be, what the finishing line was supposed to be. And who else did I take on this particular game before we move on to the next one? And I took Bam. I took Bam for points and rebounds. Like I took him down. I took him down on points and rebounds. Like, but I took him down. I played him at like 17.5 points, but I still took him at like 6.5, 7 rebounds. You know what I mean? And then once you add that together, you know what I mean? Like I got him like at PRA. Well, I got him basically. I took him separately. I took Bam at 17.5. And I took him at 7.5 rebounds. I took him separately, bro, because I didn't want to combine them too much. But if you would combine them, I mean, I would just add it up, bro. I would just add that on up. If you want to take it for points and rebounds, I add it up. All right,
Already.
Norman Powell is playing, and Norman Powell is a more, you know what I'm saying, experienced player. So like, when it comes to Norman Powell, bro, I would deal with him differently because you know what I'm saying, like. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to take him for his line, but I did take him for 14.5 points. You know what I mean? Because he's going to score. You know what I mean? And then being experienced and being older in the game, you know what I mean? Like, they're going to pass him that ball and he's going to score that rock. The only other line that I say stands out to me in this game is Davion Mitchell. And basically because Davion Mitchell gonna be guarding LaMelo Ball. And we know LaMelo don't play no defense. Davion Mitchell plays defense. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's known for, playing defense, and he can score, rebound, and assist. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I kind of took LaMelo down a little bit. You know what I mean? To counteract with the point that he's going to be guarded by Davion Mitchell. You know what I mean? But I took Davion Mitchell. Let me see what I took Davion Mitchell for. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, LaMelo ain't gonna stop Davion Mitchell, bro. I'm gonna keep it honest with you. I don't think so. You know what I mean? And he's been doing good all towards the second half of the season. He's been doing great. You know what I mean? So, let me see what I took him for. I want to make sure I say exactly what I took him for, so the chat won't be. I took him for 14.5 PRA. You know what I'm saying? Like his points line is at what 8.5, and then he's gonna get like a few assists. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get at least four or five assists, and then he's gonna get some rebounds. So yeah, I took it for the 14.5. Is there anything else you want to like any unders or anything? Or anything you don't agree with on this particular game?
Let me double check. Hold on. I want to make sure I got my unders. I'm getting my under. Yeah, I got. You confirmed my damn under. Okay. What about Tyler over here? Do you think about Tyler? I got him.
I did take Tyler Hero. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did take Tyler Hero, but I took Tyler Hero for look. I took him, man. All right. I took him two separate ways. I'm not gonna lie to you. I took Tyler Hero for rebounds and assists because he'll
Okay.
get the rebounds and he'll assist. And I think he's averaging 4.5 rebounds and 4.5 assists. And his line for rebounds and assists is 9.5. So I went here and took it, and then that's plus money. So I took him for rebounds and assists. But when it came to points, I kind of held back a little bit because I don't know how much he's going to score. You know what I mean? I didn't know how much he
Mm-hmm.
was going to score, but rebounds and assists, I took him for the 9.5. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But let me see exactly what I took him for points wise.
Under 21.5.
You took him under. You took it for under 21.5. And I
Yes,
did
sir.
take him under for that. Yeah, you're right. I did take him under points. You know what I'm saying? I did not take him for his line. I did not take him for his line, bro. I'm not going to even sit here and lie to you. All right, yeah. So yeah, I pretty much stuck to the rebounds and assists, man. I did take him for a PRA play on 1 point. And then Jaime Jaquez Jr. Let me say this about Jaime Jaquez Jr. He's going to be the ace in the hole. You know what I mean? If Miami is going to dictate the pace and Miami is actually going to hold up and Miami is actually going to win, they're going to need Jaime Jaquez Jr. And I took him for 19.5 PRA, bro. Because he's going to go out there and score. He's going to grab rebounds. He's going to pass. You know what I mean? He's one of the better six mans of the season. You know what I mean? So he's going to get it in regardless. You know what I mean? And then going against the Charlotte Hornets, I feel like he's going to show up. You know what I mean? So Jaime Jaquez Jr., that's one of my X factors in the game. All right. Anything else about this game before we go to the next one?
Nah, let's go to the next one.
Hold
We
up,
gotta
but
do
let me
this.
say this. Let me say this. The only reason why I didn't take Knipple, it's a rookie, man. You know what I mean? He been doing good all year. He's a potential rookie of the year. You know what I mean? But man, this is going to this is going into the playoffs, man. You don't know what these rookies gonna do. You don't know what these rookies gonna do. You know what I'm saying? When they get into the playoffs, I'd rather sit back and watch and just see what he does. You know what I mean? And then Brandon Miller, you could take Brandon Miller, but he had a concussion the last game, so I'm kind of holding back on Brandon Miller to see what they actually gonna do with him, like how effective he's gonna be after the concussion. But I fell back on Knipple and I fell back on Brandon Miller. But that's where a lot of their points should come from, is from the 3-pointer from Colin
Uh,
Knipple, from Knipple and Brandon Miller.
well, look here. I'm gonna throw one in since you said well, who I already got on my ticket. I put Knipper on there, but I
You
did him
did? You
for
put Knipple on that?
under on rebound.
You put him on rebound? Oh, no, that's cool. Knipple, I took him for assists because he a
Okay.
rookie, right? So the way I look at it, like when he gets that ball, when they start pressing him and he starts getting overwhelmed, the first thing he's gonna do is pass that rock. You know what I mean? That's
Oh
the way I
yeah.
looked at it. So rebounds
Oh
is
yeah.
cool. Rebounds or assists is cool because you know what I'm saying. I feel more comfortable betting on Knipple on rebounds and assists in the playoffs than I do points. You know what I mean? I just feel more comfortable in that because assist wise, I feel like once they press him as a rookie, the first thing he's gonna do is want to pass that ball.
All right. I think you're right on that one.
All right, and then we halfway through here real quick. All right, we're gonna get to the next game here in a minute. I just want to say this: the Real Deal Podcast, 601-405. Basically, we're giving you the best sports analysis we can do before the play-in games. You can follow us on Pickett. You can follow us on Pickett. You can follow us on Picks on Pickett. You can follow us on IG at the Real Deal Podcast 601-405. You can follow us on you could follow us on Thrills. You can follow us on Novi. But we're doing our best to like give y'all the best picks that we can coming out of Mississippi and Oklahoma City. All right. Anyway, all right. Come on. Let's go to the next picks real quick.
All right. Let's do it.
All right. So this will be the Portland Trailblazers. This will be the Portland Trailblazers versus the Phoenix Suns. All right. So, all right. I'm gonna let you speak first on this. If you got it pulled up, if you don't, I'm gonna speak on it real quick.
But man, you know you move fast for me, man. Go on, speak on yours
All right,
first.
go ahead and pull up what you need to pull up and let me speak on it real quick. First, I'm gonna start out with the spreads and the money line real quick. All right, Portland Trailblazers, man, like I know that they made the play in, you know what I'm saying? And then you got the Phoenix Suns, like they made the play in, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna keep it honest with you. Portland had a good year this year, man. For them not to be trying to tank, like they wasn't going out that way to tank. They was actually playing good defense, good basketball, good everything, and just holding up until, you know what I'm saying, like next year when all their players come together. You know what I mean? So I got much respect for the Portland Trailblazers, and I got much respect for the Phoenix Suns because they caused a lot of ruckus over the season. You know what I'm trying to say? You know what I mean? They took down some good players and some good teams and stuff like that there. All right, but when it comes to this matchup right here, I'm gonna sit here and be honest with you, man. I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 about who I took because ain't no sense in me lying because you're gonna be able to see it on Pick It anyway. You know what I mean? I took the Portland Trailblazers, man. I ain't gonna sit there and lie to you because straight up because like they playing better defense. You know what I mean? They got better defensive players, and then their defense is better matched up towards the offense of the Suns. You know what I mean? Like they play better perimeter defense, and the Suns' best players are perimeter offensive players. So like they playing better defense towards Devin Booker, towards Jalen Green, towards Dylan Brooks. You get what I'm saying? Like they don't really focus on centers and power forwards as much. You know what I mean? But in this series, I don't see why it even matters. You know what I mean? Because they finna you got Drew Holiday, that's a defensive merchant. You know what I'm saying? He's a defensive like god in the game right now. Then you got Tamani Camara, he's defensive. You know what I mean? You got a lot of players that's playing perimeter D. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be hard for you. It's gonna be hard for the Suns really to just, and it's gonna take a star effort from Devin Brooks, and it's gonna take, I mean, not Devin Brooks, but Jalen Green. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Green, Devin Booker. It's gonna take a star effort from these guys in order for them to be able to pull this out. And so I went ahead and took Portland, man. I took Portland with the points, man.
All right, that sounds like a good done down to me, fam. With that being said, I think I'm with you on that one.
You with me on that one? I mean, hey, I'd rather bet with the Trailblazers than bet with the Phoenix Suns against that lineup they got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that lineup they got, got to give me another Powerade too, man. So we got to kind of hurry this one up because all this talking gonna keep me quenched for thirst. All right, but what I
Okay.
feel say, we got one more game left. We on the last game, as a matter of fact. Is there any props that you got that stands out on this?
Yeah, I went on well with some of the props on his end, especially on the Portland game. I went with a Camaro. You know what I'm saying? Plus 12 points. I did him. I did
I like that
Donovan.
one. I like that. I like that pick.
Donovan with at least what I'm saying, one block. What I'm saying, per game plus
Who you win with one block?
uh Donovan clean
Oh,
gun.
Donovan Clingan. I
Yeah.
like that because I'm gonna let you talk and then I'll tell you why I like it. Go ahead and
All right.
finish.
Then I dropped Jay Holiday over there. I put him with four plus assists. You know what I'm saying? Because he touched the
Yeah,
ball a lot. Did put Booker. Booker also had him on four plus assists. Because he a ball handler also. He always touching the rock. And then I also
yeah,
put Booker
yeah.
on. What else I put Booker on? Nah, I ain't put him on nothing else on that. But I was gonna do some points with him. But I put Dylan Brooks on there with the points. So I got him at 16 plus on points. So
Is there
you
any
know,
is there any unders? Is there any unders in this game that stuck out to you?
shoot, you know what? On this game, if I was gonna do some unders, whichever one gonna stick out with me, I was gonna say I had one. I was gonna put it on there, but I changed my mind. It was based on oh Booker. Booker,
Devin Booker.
yeah,
Well, I'm
yeah.
gonna put it like
I was gonna
this.
put it on there, but nah, because I don't know what type of game this gonna be, and he might
All
end up
right,
showing up.
all right, let me explain my analysis real quick so we can kind of get up out of it. And I got some MLB picks at the end, real quick, and then it'll be real fast. All right. Listen, when it comes down to centers and stuff like that, there, Mark Williams is finna go off, man. I'm not gonna say a lot to Mark Williams is finna go off because Mark Williams and Donovan Clingan is gonna be paired up. And the thing about that is the way the offense runs for the Portland Trail Blazers is that they play good perimeter defense, but they do a lot of and they do that because they want the opposition to run to the hole. You see what I'm saying? They not giving up a lot of threes. They want them to run to the hole and try to shoot it out, try to go to the hole, or try to push it out. And that's what Donovan Clingan comes in. And that's the reason why I say I like your one block. Because Donovan Clingan going to be in the hole waiting on that to block. You get what I'm trying to say? But when it comes down to that, that's also his Achilles heel because Mark Williams stays under the hole. He's just a conventional center. He points and rebounds, points and rebounds. So when they come to the hole and Donovan Clingan comes out to guard, if they miss the shot, Mark Williams going to get the rebound. And what's going to happen when Mark Williams get the rebound? He's going to pass it out. He's going to get a lot of offensive rebounds and a lot of defensive rebounds. Mark Williams. So I took it for points and rebounds. When it came to Donovan Clingan, I took it for rebounds and assists. You know what I mean? Because he's going to get a lot of assists. I think his line is like, I want to say his line originally was 10.5, but now they got it up to 11.5, and then the last thing I saw was 12.5. I took it for 9.5. And then assists, because you got to look at it, when they start putting the defense on him, he's going to have to pass that rock. You know what I'm saying? So I went in and took it for rebounds and assists too. Anybody else I took on there, like Drew Holiday is going to be on, I think Drew Holiday is going to be on Devin Booker. And I think Tamani Kamara is going to be on Dylan Brooks. Now, who's going to be on Jalen Green? I don't know. But I'm pretty sure Drew Holiday is going to be on Devin Booker. And that's the reason why your under came and played real good to me, because I would take Devin Booker under PRA. Because with Drew Holiday on you, you know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm not finna take no over with Drew Holiday on you. And then Dylan Brooks is gonna have Tamani Kamara, which is a good defender on him, but Dylan Brooks plays great at home. But this is the playoffs, man. We're not bringing anything from the regular season into the playoffs. So, like, I did take Dylan Brooks, but I took him for like what I took him for. I think I took him for like 15 or 14.5 or something like that. I didn't take him for the 17.5. And I was scared to take that because they finna put some defense on him. You know what I mean? And so, like, at the end of the day, like, the only one I see scoring a lot would be the centers, like Mark Williams, Oso, you know what I mean? And that's where I'm at with that. That's where I'm at with that. I can't go any further with that. That's exactly where I'm at with that.
All right, that's confirmation right there. But I was telling you it stuck out with Booker.
I'm trying to see if anybody else that stuck out for me that Jalen Green for 3.5 rebounds. I mean, you could take that. I feel better with the 3.5 rebounds than I do the points. You know what I'm saying? And just being honest, you know what I mean? Drew Holiday, I took him for rebounds and assists. I didn't really take it for points because he's not going to score a lot because he's going to be tired from chasing Devin Booker around. So, like, yeah, but rebounds and assists, yes, sir. You know what I mean? That's right up his alley. But you know what I'm saying? You can't play a lot of offense when you're playing a lot of defense, bro. You're either going to play it on one end or the other. Now, you got some know how to play on both ends, but that's a rare occasion. That's a unicorn or something right there. That's a mermaid or something that you barely see, you know what I mean? Bigfoot, you know what I mean? All right, anyway, but yeah, I took Dylan Brooks for 14.5 points. I took him low because he does good at home, and they're going to need somebody, and ain't nobody really just going to be just pressing him so much. You know what I'm saying? But they is going to be pressing him. You know what I mean? I'm trying to see if there's anything else before I get to the MLB real quick so we can shut it down. All right, when it comes to baseball, all right, is there anything you want to say about that game before I get to the baseball?
Oh, nah, we're going to let it go. We can roll on to the baseball.
All right, I only got 2 picks for baseball today, man. I'm starting up on baseball. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm just getting to know baseball. But I did good last night. I hit 2 picks last night on baseball. So, like, these are the 2 guys that I'm predicting right here. And you could do it for home runs if you wanna get the extra money. But what I did them for was HR, RBI, and bases. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Just add it on up. And that's Pete Alfonso. That's Pete Alfonso with the against the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Baltimore Orioles. So I took him for the RBI, the total RBI, the total runs, the hits. And then also with that, I took Eugenio Suarez, and that's in the San Francisco Giants game with the Cincinnati Reds. All right, and I took him for RBI and, you know, the total. You know what I mean? because like that's what I hit on yesterday. I hit on mostly that. You know what I'm saying? I hit 2 picks on straight up hits, RBIs, and runs. I mean hits, bases, and RBIs. You know what I mean? So like, and that was my piece for the day on that. Anything else you want to see that we took anything? Follow us on Pickett, man. We got our picks on Pickett, and we got our different pages and stuff like that where you can follow us on. This is our recording for the day. Anything you want to add real quick, Marlon, for my go to the job interview?
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now. Let's play ball. Game time.
Yeah, play ball, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just to recap, I said I got the Heat and I got the Trailblazers, man. And we're going to go with that done.
Already.
Yeah, yeah. All right, fam. I appreciate you for being there, man. This is the Real Deal Podcast. I got my main man, 007 with me, and this is the King Chance. Hit us up.
For sure. Peace.